All right, I've got a funny story for you about Naruto. But before I get into it, hi, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to Studio Jake. This is my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture from film, television, anime, and so much more. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate all of you. You all rock. Okay, so been wanting to tell this story in a while, but I've been putting it off because there's been so much pop culture news. But I just thought it would be funny if I told you something about Naruto and anime because I get asked all the time, especially from people who tend to agree with me more about politics. They're like, Jacob, how can you watch anime? It's got this or it's got this bad thing, and what about this? And I'm always like, okay, anime is not a genre. Anime is a style of storytelling. It's unique to Japan. It's really cool and awesome if you would just take time to look past, social media influencers, you would see that. And one of my favorite anime, one that I recommend to a lot of people, is Naruto and its sequel, Naruto Shippuden. Now, I think technically they're the same show, but I think Shippuden is a continuation. So Naruto tells the story of him being a ninja in training, and then Shippuden, I believe there's a couple of years gap in between Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Although I do think they've done a couple of things specials to show what happened in those in between years, but it's about Naruto who is on this big discovery. He's on this journey, and then this war breaks out in the ninja world, and it's really fun and exciting. So what does this have to do with the DMV? You might be asking that question, but this is a true story, and I'm not making this up. I am changing some of the names to protect the innocent, but other than that, this is a true story. One day, me and my super cute wife, we wanted to get a copy of our car's title, and you would think that this should be an easy process, right? Should be able to do that online. You go in, you give some proof of your identity, and they mail it to you, right? You pay a fee or whatever. You can't do this when I was living in California. It's not possible. You have to go to a local DMV and apply for it and fill out some really mind-numbingly dumb forms, and then you pay a ridiculous fee and you get the title, and they'll mail it to you at least. So I go to the DMV and I'm there with my super cute wife. Now, she had tried to do it previously, but she ended up leaving because she didn't have the required documents. That's on me. I should have given them to her. She tried to go while I was at work, and I didn't give her all the documents she needed. So the DMV employee was very rude to her, which in my opinion, if you're in a public job, you shouldn't be allowed to do two things. One, unionize, because taxpayers should not be forced to subsidize unions. And two, you should not be rude, because I'm paying your paycheck, buddy. But they were really rude to her. She didn't have the documentation, so she came home. And so a couple of days later, we go to the DMV. And my wife is sitting down. I get up to go talk to this lady, and she's giving me the typical DMV government two-step. She's being rude, she's being obnoxious, she's asking me a bunch of questions that I already filled out on the form, all kinds of stuff. Well, I happened to look in her little cubicle where she was talking to me, and I happened to see a sticker of Kakashi. Kakashi is Naruto's team leader in the show. So I say, oh, hey, I like your Kakashi decal. And she kind of pauses for a minute. And she goes, oh, you're familiar with Naruto? I said, yeah, it's one of my favorite anime. All true, of course. And she goes, oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites too. Now, I was taking a huge risk because for all I know, her kid gave her that sticker and she just put it there to, be nice for her daughter. She can say, oh yeah, I put it up in my cubicle. Well, then she goes, what's your favorite episode? And so I told her, which everyone knows my favorite episode is when we finally get the Kakashi face reveal, because for those of you unfamiliar, he wears a mask and his ninja band over his eye. So I said, it's when we finally get his face reveal. And she goes, oh, I love that episode. And then she told me her favorite. And we start talking about, all of a sudden, I'm getting the king's treatment. She stops asking me the obnoxious questions. She stops being rude. She's super friendly. We're talking about Naruto, favorite battle scenes, favorite episodes. And then we get to the part where I'm supposed to pay this ridiculously obnoxious fee. And she goes, you know what? I'm going to waive that for you. I'm going to put it aside. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. And so I handed off the forms that I needed to give her and walked with a big smile on my face. My wife was like, why are you smiling? You were going to hate this as much as I did earlier in the week. And I said, well, turns out she's an anime fan, and that got us out of a hefty fee. So just a funny story I wanted to share with you. If you liked it, let me know in the comments below. Do you have any similar incidents where this happened, where you encountered someone and then you find out that they're a fan of the same franchises and you like the same things? I would really love to know. Please tell me in the comments. But yeah, this is another reason why I like animes. It seems to be, if you let it, it seems to be a uniting factor, a key point of pop culture, not just on one continent, but two. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment, tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time, right here on Studio Jake.